What if I told you there is a key to understanding universal principles and being able to apply them in your life effectively so that you're having influence over your reality, co-creating with the universe in the most effective way? And what if I told you you were never taught this? Most likely not in school. In fact, I know you weren't taught this in school. I don't think many were taught this by their parents, maybe a handful of people. I know of no one who was. But when you understand this, it really opens up so much for you. Let's get into it. So before we do get into it, if you haven't gotten my free higher self guided meditation down below, please get that down below. It is in the description, should be the first link down there. And I dare you to do it for 21 days and not actually see results come in. It's gonna help you meet your higher self, align with it, and move from that place. And you can get phenomenal results by doing it every day for 21 days. Again, absolutely free, get it down below. Now, this one law of the universe is one of the predominant laws of the universe. It's not the law of attraction. It's actually the law that is almost like the boss of the law of attraction. But it is something we really should have been taught in schools, should have been taught when we were younger and developing, but weren't for whatever reason. And so now you're gonna be able to learn it now, gain awareness of what this is now, and start applying it in your life. And the trick is, you've already unconsciously been doing this and applying it in your life, or it has already been working in your life always. But now it's time to take more conscious control of this process and actually step up to the plate and actually be involved more with this process than you have before. Now, the first thing to understand is that there is nothing redundant in the universe. Nothing happens coincidentally. It is all by design, and it is all kept in balance. And that is ultimately the law we're going to be covering today, which is the law of balance. You see, when something is out of balance, there's an imbalance. It doesn't matter at a micro, macro scale in the universe will have to in some way balance it out. And I'm going to explain why this is crucial and actually can be mind-blowing in just a second. So to give you a simple example, let's say you're going to the gym consistently and eating well for a little bit of time. Now let's say your usual reality is you haven't been doing that, you haven't been working out, you haven't been eating right or whatever else. So your normal life is you're kind of low energy sometimes, you're not as strong, you're a little bit weak, but that's kind of in balance. It is balanced for you to be that way based on what you've been doing in your life. And now let's say you start working out, you're eating right, you're doing all, maybe you're following a plan and you're doing everything right that you need to do in order to become more fit, that being your goal, to become more healthy. Now, if you keep eating right, you keep working out, the universe will have to balance your physical reality to match the actions that you are taking. But there are two ways that the universe can balance out what is happening. Either you give up and stop doing the things when resistance comes up, and the universe balances out by making you go back to your old story, or you balance out by staying with it, understanding the results are coming, and the universe will see that you are now in balance with this new identity of someone who is fit, who is healthy, and you will start reaping the results of that. Now, this works for more than just your health. This works for abundance. Have you ever heard of the example of how, someone who has an abundance mindset will always understand how to create wealth and bring money into their life, and someone with a poverty mindset, no matter how much money you give them, will always find ways to lose the money? Well, it's very true, because the balanced result for someone with a poverty mindset is to not have money. So eventually the universe has to balance that out unless that person changes their mindset. Same with the person with the abundance mindset. The balancing out is that person believes in abundance, sees abundance, and isn't doing it as a front. Genuinely, this is their real belief that abundance is they are abundant, is a real thing. Same with the person in poverty. This is why if someone wins the lottery and they don't have an abundance mindset, they end up losing all the money eventually and end up typically in a worse spot than when they started out. You can find so many cases of people who have won mega bucks, like a lot, and you think, oh, they've made it, but they didn't develop the mindsets that allowed for the natural balancing to occur where they were able to earn money and it was able to come in a natural way. They just, boom, got it all at once, hadn't developed those mindsets, and unless they then end up developing the mindsets that balance with their physical wealth, they will end up losing it because it's out of balance. And something needs to change. Something needs to balance it out. One of two things can happen. Either they develop the mindset that's in balance with that, the energy that's in balance and in the same frequency as that, or the physical money goes away so that their physical reality is balanced with their poverty mindset. Essentially, what this means is your outer world has to balance with your inner world. This is why we talk about on this channel all the time that the outer follows the inner and to start with the inner. And this is why I say, like, if you were to maintain an inner world of abundance and be in that energy for more times than not during the day, for the majority of each day, and you did that for, say, about 6 to 8 weeks, your physical reality would have to balance. The universe is going to try and balance in one way or another. But there's many ways it can balance it. One way is to give you the physical equivalent. But another way is you start feeling some resistance. You start not seeing the results you thought you would see right away, because a lot of people think within a week they'll see massive results. It doesn't work that way in the physical. It's a bit slower. And then they give up. And so their physical reality, which didn't have the thing come in yet because they didn't do it long enough, is now again balanced with what's happening in their inner world. But if you stay with it, if you stay in the energy of abundance, love, joy, and peace, the universe will have to balance your physical world at some point in time in divine timing to match your inner world. By law, it has to happen. And guys, this is one of the main laws. It's pretty much the head honcho law of the universe. The law of balance. You can see it occurring in nature all of the time. The universe will balance things out. And when your inner world is radiating out, is transmitting out high conscious energy frequently, consistently, all of the time, your physical reality has to, by law, beautify to balance that out. You cannot feel abundance genuinely, wealth genuinely. Again, not faking it, but genuinely feeling gratitude, which triggers abundance, by the way, because gratitude is saying, you know, I am in abundance. Look at all these amazing things I have around me. What you appreciate, appreciate. You cannot do that in your inner world continuously and not get physical results and not have it balanced in the physical realm. All right, guys, this is the key, seriously, the manifestation to the universe that so many of us were not told. It's so simple. The law of balance. Really meditate and absorb these ideas. I have other videos that go over it. In fact, I recommend watching this video next. Understanding and applying this concept that I just told you and going to this video and watching that one and absorbing that one is going to go so far into changing your life if you apply these concepts. Anyway, remember, you are loved, you live in a friendly universe, and I'll see you next time.